What's going on, guys? Alex here. In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact onboarding process you need to use to establish a very good first impression with your setters and get them to a point where they're booking highly qualified calls in only a few days. As we can see here, this is one of my clients, Jimmy, where only 5 days ago I placed a second setter for him, where the second setter is already settled into the offer in only a couple of days. He's already booking highly qualified calls, and Jimmy has only good things to say about him. The reason I'm able to get a setter to settle into the offer so quickly and already start producing results so quickly is because of my onboarding process. Yes, my hiring process is still dialed in. I'm able to find very good talent. But without the right onboarding process, you won't be able to, first of all, establish a very good first impression with those setters that you're hiring. But also, you need to give them all the resources that they need to actually execute their job. And you need to show them exactly what you expect of them and exactly how they need to go about using those resources to do their job correctly so that they can reach those KPIs that you've set for them. So the onboarding process is crucial when it comes to sales reps, especially setters. Now, let's get into the actual onboarding process and the 5 steps of what my onboarding process looks like. The first step is that the setter signs the contract. The second step is you give them a breakdown of your communications channel, whether that's Slack or Discord. Step 3, you give them a breakdown of their dashboard. Step 4, you give them training via video modules so that you establish the foundations of setting first. And then step 5 is you understand their personal goals and connect their KPIs to their personal goals. Now, going into a little bit more detail into each and every one of these steps. In terms of the setter contract, a lot of people don't actually implement setter contracts. I would recommend you to have a contract with your setter. First of all, it makes your offer look more professional because you actually have contracts in place. And it will save you a ton of headache later on because all of the logistics are already taken care of. You already have decided a specific percentage in terms of the commission. The setter knows when that commission is going to be sent. Is it every 10 days? Is it every week? Is it every month? Whatever it is, that is already established. All the logistics are taken care of. If you want a template of what a setter contract looks like, message me the word template on Instagram and I'll send you a template that you can just add your business information in, and then the setter can obviously just sign it and you have a setter contract. You can also edit the commission amount and things of that nature. In terms of step 2, you need to give them a breakdown of your communications channel. Now, this is the communications channel that I implement into each and every one of my clients' setting teams. So you have announcements, general, booked calls and payments are where obviously these automations happen. Payments is connected to your Stripe or to your WAP. Then the daily things, so set the beginning of day report and then the end of day report, which obviously gets automated. Now the pre-call notes and the post-call notes is very important for you to implement. Pre-call notes is essentially where the setter summarizes all the information they know about that lead before the sales call. So then you can read that summary and have so much more information to enter that sales call with, increasing your closing rate. And then post-call notes is where you come into this channel after that sales call and then give the setters feedback on how qualified the call was, how many objections you had to handle, how warm the lead was, all of these things, right? And it's just a constant feedback loop between the setters and you if you're still taking the sales calls, or the setters and your closer. If you want a more in-depth breakdown on what the pre-call notes channel is, check out my Instagram reel that I'll probably link in the description, where I go into more depth into that. From there's any other applicable channels when it comes to the setter. So setter onboarding, which is where the first channel that your setters get access to is the setter onboarding, where I essentially have this entire message that lays out all the steps in order and has all the relevant links that the setters can just click on and have access to everything they need to have access to. Setter check-in, this is where you can just check in with your setters on a daily basis, check in on how many outbounds, how many follow-ups they've been doing so far, how the lead flow is, all these kind of things. Setter training, anything to do with their training happens in here. Mocks, this is where the setters can actually run mocks with each other. So if you only have one setter, obviously then you need to run mocks with them. But if you have 2 setters, you can get them to run mocks with each other. And then you save a lot of time because you don't have to sit there doing the mocks with them. And then you just come in and review the mocks. Obviously, one step further is having someone like me in your business where I will review those mocks for you and obviously be able to give much better feedback. And then set resources. This is essentially where any resources that they may need, the VSL, client interviews, any resources that they need to actually perform their job on a daily basis is in this channel. So the same way I just reviewed this communications channel and explained to you what each of the channels are for, that is the same way you need to create a Loom video, how I've done here, where you break down that channel step by step, right? Obviously, I go into a lot more depth in that Loom breakdown in terms of all the SOPs around these things, but you just need to give them a breakdown of your communications channel so they know exactly what the channels are for and how to use them effectively. Then moving on to step 3, you need to give them a breakdown of your dashboard. Now, I have a very detailed setter dashboard that I build out for each and every one of my clients, where the setters can come in here. It's obviously a Notion page where they have all the relevant SOPs for your offer. They have the VSL, the client testimonials, very easily accessible. They have the workflow. They have anything to do with data tracking, so spreadsheets, outbound trackers, things of this nature. They have my entire appointment setting course that I have built out, which all of my client setters get access to. And then they have the Successful Conversations library here, which is customized with successful conversations for their specific industry and successful conversations that I've had on their offer. Moving down, this is where, when I actually talked about step 5, where we understand the setter's personal goals and then connect the KPIs to those goals, that is essentially where we can see this happening here, where obviously I've blurred out the personal goals for privacy reasons, but you essentially understand your setter's personal goals. So do you want to make 5K a month? Okay, why do you want to make 5K a month? Oh, I want to move out. I want to be able to buy a new car. I want to be able to travel, whatever it is. You understand your setter's personal goals. You can write them down here. Obviously, you have the KPIs here. Maybe their booking link, the end of their reports, just so that it's easily accessible. And then I've also made a full calendar schedule of the training calls that I have with the setters so that they know each and every day what to expect on their training call so that they can come prepared with the questions relevant to that type of training. So, like I said, this isn't as necessary for the success of your setters, but if your setters go in or like start on your offer and get onboarded on your offer and they see something like this, obviously that first impression is much, much higher now. That is step 3, which is just giving them a breakdown of this dashboard. If you want me to come in and build this entire dashboard done for you, then book a call with me and I'll take care of you. But if you want to build it out on your own, like I said, you just need to give them a breakdown of where everything is and things of that nature. Then step 4 is actually giving them video modules when it comes down to the foundations of appointment setting. So if we go back to this message, I say, watch and make notes on week 1 of my setting course to make sure you have a grasp of the foundations of appointment setting. So like I said, I have built out a full appointment setting course, as you can see here, that covers, this is just week 1. This is just the onboarding stuff, right? It goes a lot more in depth, but just week 1. So setting language, the response rate, so basically speed to lead, the workflow they need to use, the mindset that they need to adopt, relatability, qualifying leads, post-booking process. And as you can see, these aren't some like 2-minute videos. This is 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes of me going in depth and sharing all the knowledge that I've gained over the past 17 months in each and every one of these topics of conversation, right? So this is what really allows, for example, Sahid to just come in here, go through all of this, and then 5 days later he's booking highly qualified calls, and it's almost like he's been on the account and in the offer for weeks and weeks now, right? If you implement this onboarding process where you start with them obviously signing the setter contract, getting that out of the way, explaining your communications channel and giving them a full breakdown of that, from them giving them a full breakdown of the setter dashboard, giving them those video modules, and then having a call with them where you understand their personal goals and then explain how these KPIs leads to them hitting those personal goals. There is no way that your setter will leave after the first 1 or 2 weeks. There is no way, right? Because you've established such a good first impression on them. The offer looks so professional because you have all of these things implemented. You have a dialed in communications channel. You have a full setter dashboard. You have a full appointment setting course that they probably have to pay $3,000 for. You give it to them for free. If you want me to come into your business and do exactly what I've done for Jimmy and for Cruz not only just make this onboarding process and make your setter dashboard, but come in, hire, so source, hire, and onboard all your setters done for you. Train them, done for you. Implement all the back-end systems like implementing this Discord channel, all done for you. All the automations done for you. Then maximizing the performance of those systems and that setting team, and ultimately outsourcing myself from the actual team, where I implement a set manager into your business to come in and take over everything I've been doing, so that that entire team stays in-house into your business. What I want you to do is go book a call with me down below, and we'll see how I can actually help you.